If you're considering buying a holiday let in the UK, you might want to know our top 10 tips for getting into the holiday property market. My name's Joe Stallard. I run a brokerage called House and Holiday Home Mortgages, and we specialise in finding mortgages for these UK holiday properties and have helped hundreds of people up and down the country. So today we're going to dive into our top 10 tips for making sure that you're ready from day one to get the right property with the right mortgage for you that you're going to be letting out on a short-term basis. Number one is to work with specialists. I would say it, I specialise in the holiday let sector, but not just from a broker point of view. Specialist property tax accountants, specialist property letting agents, making sure you've got the people around you giving you the right information to make your life as simple as possible can be a great place to start. We really understand the differences between residential lenders and holiday let lenders and who's going to help and in what type of circumstances. So getting and working with somebody who understands the nuance in the area that you're looking to get into can really help save you time and make the process as straightforward as possible for you. Number two is to, from day one, understand the costs involved, whether that's working with a brokerage and getting a feel for what mortgage costs might look like, through to what a letting agent's fee is going to be, what taxes are going to be payable, what's it going to cost me to furnish the place. All of these things need to be taken into consideration and can really affect your investment. So getting on top of the costs and expected costs from day one is going to put you in a great place. Number three is around looking at location. So it's really, really important you're buying somewhere not just that you are really passionate about and you love going, but making sure that there's going to be a demand for others to go and stay there too. Holiday let mortgages are based on the rental potential of the property. So if you're looking to buy something whereby a letting agent says there's no demand for, there's going to be no chance of getting a mortgage on that either that's going to allow you to let that out on a short-term basis. So making sure you've done your research on your location is a really important step to make right up front. Number four, from a mortgage perspective, if you are looking to buy from a mortgage, is really understanding what lenders are looking for from you and your circumstances to give you the best chance of securing a holiday let mortgage and on as strong a rate and product as possible. Very generally speaking, and we've got other videos that dive into this a little bit more, so go and check out the YouTube channel, but they're going to want you to be an existing homeowner. They want you to have a good level of earned income away from property, a good clean credit history as well. So if we're ticking those boxes, we're already starting to get ourselves into a good position from a mortgage point of view, but it's really important to consider that it's not just all about the property for the lender. Your own circumstances are going to come into it too, so making sure you've got your ducks in a row from day one there will really help you out. Number five is then bringing that all together and preparing a business plan. All of this research is really important for you to then dive into and make sure that you've done all of your thinking, you've got all of your forecasts and what you expect to earn from the property, and make sure it stacks up for you from an investment point of view. Can be a bit of a boring exercise depending on what floats your boat, but I think really important to just commit to paper. This is how this property is going to work for us, because ultimately a holiday let is an investment. It is designed to be rented out most of the time and make you money, albeit you can use it a bit yourself as well. Number five is really then looking to get set up, and from a mortgage perspective, that means you're going to need a minimum of a 20 to a 25% deposit, and rates will improve as you put more equity in yourself as well. So there's a few lenders in the country who operate with a 20% deposit. Most will start with 25%, and then rates start to improve when we get to 70 or 60% loan to values in that regard. Number six is getting all your documentation together. Again, from a mortgage point of view, a lender is going to want to see things like ID, proof of deposit, latest 3 months bank statements, latest pay slips, latest tax documentation if you're self-employed. They're going to want to see that holiday let rental forecast letter as well. And if you want to learn more about that, again, we've got a video that dives into affordability in the holiday let world, so go and check that one out. But getting that documentation together, making sure it's clean and up to date, is going to make that process go as smoothly as possible for you, which can save a lot of hassle and aggravation. Number 8 is then a little bit like you might be used to in the residential world. is consider getting an agreement in principle from a lender. If you bought your own home, you'll know estate agents love these. It's a good sign that you're thinking about the financing and you've understood what you can afford. It's a little bit different in the holiday world because what you can afford is based solely on that particular property. It's based on the rental potential of the property you're buying. So a generic AIP, agreement in principle, might not be as important or as achievable here. Not all lenders offer them. However, speaking to a brokerage like us, we can either write you a letter once we've had a full, interview with you and really understood your circumstances. We can write to the estate agent and say, we're going to be able to help so-and-so get this mortgage. Or there are some lenders that do offer a generic agreement in principles, again, based on you rather than the property involved. So speak to that specialist broker I spoke about at the start and work with them to get the relevant agreement in principle that's going to help you appear as attractive as possible when looking to buy this holiday let property. Number 9 is to stay on top of changes in regulation. There are, government level of what can and can't be done from a regulatory point of view, and then also local council restrictions as well. So when you're doing your research, make sure you really understand this market you're getting into. It's not just a case of sticking up a listing on Airbnb and getting on with it. To do this thing properly, there are things you need to know, and looking into the detail into where you're looking to buy is going to be really important to make sure you make a success of your holiday let. And number 10 is then, once we've got all of that, we've got the property, is to research the lenders and make sure you're getting the very best deal out there for you. Again, smaller, quirkier, niche market in the mortgage space. So really understanding what lenders will and won't do is going to be important to making sure that you're doing the very best you possibly can in terms of rate and monthly payment for your mortgage, which is ultimately going to help your holiday let investment be as successful as possible. So there's our top tips. I hope they've been useful. If you've got any others of your own, please do drop them in the comments below. And if we can be of any help, get in touch with us via hhmortgages.com and we'd love to help you.